Hey everyone, it's your Pyro / Snake Waifu enthusiast BonOakley here with the third annual Q&A. You all know the drill at this point, and for those who don't, you guys asked me a ton of questions and I would be answering them. So without further ado, let's begin with the YouTube questions. Are you going to introduce new characters into your channel, whether it's Pyro or not? Well, yeah, I guess in a way, if I find a loadout that works well on Pyro or any class in general, then I'm most likely going to do it. As for non-TF2, I've recently actually made a new character called Yuka, who is yet again another snake girl, because for some reason I'm really into snake girls, as you see with Zoe and Zach, even though he's not a girl, but you get the point. I'll basically make characters when I feel like I have a good idea or not, basically. So yeah, hopefully there'll be new characters in the future, because I already have plenty of Pyros, and I'd like to make some more non-TF2 characters as well. Do you feel that after Half-Life Alyx releases, Valve will start working on a big update for TF2? And what changes of a Pyro would you like to be implemented in that update? I sure hope they're working on a big update for TF2, because it's been reported apparently that they've been working on one for ages, so maybe they'll release it whether it's the heavy update or not. I would certainly like a big update for TF2, because we have certainly been waiting a while, but I wouldn't be too disappointed if they didn't do it either. As for the changes for Pyro, weapon nerfs and buffs, I guess, like buff like the sharper volcano fragment, and maybe nerf the scorch shot, because people sure do love to complain about that. So yeah, I guess just some weapon changes, nothing too major for the Pyro. What's your opinion on the flog? Have you ever worn the gibbous unironically? And for the flog, it's okay. It's definitely not the best flamethrower, but it's not the worst, I guess. It's a bit annoying sometimes, but it's quite easily taken care of if you can just spam projectiles from afar. Yes, I have worn the gibbous unironically, because it's actually a pretty decent hat. I don't get why people have such distaste for that hat, I guess, is the word I can think of, because it's an okay hat. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. And yeah, hey, I guess. Are you a Jew? Have you ever played an Elder Scroll game, or what are your thoughts on them? And what would you be doing if you weren't on YouTube? I'm definitely not a Jew as far as I'm aware. I have played Skyrim before. That's the only Elder Scroll I've played. It was okay. It's not really my sort of game, but it was fine for what it was. And if I weren't doing YouTube, I guess I'd be doing a lot more game development, because I've done a degree in games development at university. So yeah, I think I'd be doing more games development. Not to say I don't do a bit now, but I'd definitely be doing a lot more if I weren't doing YouTube. What's your opinion on creators.tf? How would you feel if Valve started to bring back certain item qualities, such as spelled items and genuine items, and favourite Madden game? Honestly, I haven't experienced enough of creators.tf to give a proper opinion, but from what I've seen, they've been doing a pretty good job so far, so I guess they're pretty good. For the certain item qualities, I'd be pretty happy, because spelled items are really cool. Green Fire, especially for Pyro, is one of my favourite spells in general, so yeah, I'd be super happy if they brought those back. And their favourite Madden game? Madden 08, obviously. If you get that reference, you deserve a cookie. Now we've finished with those, let's go to the Twitter questions. Link in the description so you can follow me, by the way, just saying. Why isn't your glove green? Why aren't you green? Green? Well, my glove isn't green because I prefer white on a respectless rubber glove. I'm not green because I'm not a piece of broccoli. And yes, green. What do you want to see come from the Heavy Update if it ever comes out? And what other games do you want to make videos of on your channel? Well, if the Heavy Update ever does come out, I'd like to see maybe some Man vs Machine stuff, because people have been saying that would be a good idea for a Heavy Update. Some cool weapons for the Heavy, and maybe some cool cosmetics and maps as well, actually, yeah, because to be fair, that's pretty much what you expect from any TF2 update, so that would be cool overall. And as for the other games I want to play on my channel, from the top of my head, Halo, Mega Man, Postal 2, some Sonic stuff, some more Star Wars content, so yeah, basically a ton of stuff still. What's your advice on the Pyro versus Pyro situation? Have you played Pre-Fortress 2, and what's your thoughts on the concept? And do you think TF2 could catch a second wind after Half-Life Alyx, and will Valve return or leave it to die? Well, for a Pyro versus Pyro situation, basically what advice I can give you is try and stay out the range of their flamethrowers while also attacking with your flamethrower, and if you have a shotgun, then try and shoot them out of their range, because that'll be a lot more effective than trying to spam in their face with your flamethrower. As for Pre-Fortress 2, I haven't played the game myself. I might do that for a video on the channel soon, but my thoughts on the concept, it's pretty cool actually. It's nice to see an interesting concept for Team Fortress 2 outside of the normal game. And I think Team Fortress 2 could easily get a second wind, because there's still so much interaction from the community and everything, so there's a lot of people still willing to play the game even with an update not coming out. So if an update did come out, imagine how many more people will come. In fact, I don't even need to imagine, because the Steam charts show how many people play even when it's just a Christmas update. Can I ask for more questions? If not, can I ask for more BonOakley's? No, you can't ask for more questions. And to be fair, I don't think you want more of me, because I'm quite strange as I am right now. So imagine multiple of me, be even stranger. Is Classic good? Fave mod of mine. And what would you say is the definitive Pyro model, as in both what is your favourite design overall and what fits Pyro's character best? Yes, the Classic is very good. My favourite mod of yours, Froggy Chair for Spy, to be fair. And for the definitive Pyro model, there is this model I saw by Murphy7 on a post by Uberchain back in 2014 on DeviantArt. It has this just really nice Pyro look, but it's not too sexualized, but it's also not too slim like Corvallo's Pyro. However, the definitive look for Pyro overall would be the original Pyro, but I'd say this picture of Murphy7's Pyro, who was never released, is the definitive look of Pyro. I think is the best. Would you like to see a Pyro model that isn't sexualized and has cosmetic support and such, something like Beatrice from TFC? How would you buff Pyro's other melees to be as useful as the Power Jack, Back Scratcher and Extinguisher? And yes? Okay, so for the Pyro one, like I said with Murphy7's, that wasn't released, but I would love to see that actually get cosmetic support. And Beatrice from TFC isn't too bad of an option either. For the melees, the sharper volcano frame would definitely need to buff, maybe charge a meter and you can do a 5/ in front of you that puts enemies on fire. And the third degree just needs its own unique stat other than hitting medics that are connected by medi beams. As for the other melees, they're completely fine in all honesty. All of them are unique and they're all pretty well balanced at the moment. And no, not yes, no. Do you know that Pyro is actually the Doom guy before fighting Hell? Well, that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. You're very forward about your interest in those who are thick, and by extension your sexuality. I want to know, how do you do that? How do you get over the stigmas some might place on you for that? I honestly wish I had that level of confidence, or perhaps it comes naturally for you. You seem more than happy to be almost known for those things. Has it always been easy for you to be so open about it? To be honest, the only reason I'm so forward about it is because I've learned not to give a damn what other people think. I know some of my interests, such as Pyro especially, are not normal, and as long as I'm not hurting anyone or it's not illegal, I just don't give a damn about what people think. I've never really been forward about it up until I really started the YouTube channel, and it's never really come naturally for me in any other point of my life. I've just learned ever since doing YouTube, your opinions are going to be different from others, so it's like, fuck it, you know what, if I like fake anime female characters, for an example, I guess, then as long as I'm not hurting anyone, I don't care, you know, just get on with what you like, and that's about it really. That's my philosophy. And finally, we're moving to the bulk of the questions, that being the Discord questions. Again, link in the description if you want to talk Vampire and other fictional girls with a bunch of other cool people. Are all these hacker bots any concern to you, and do you think we as a community could do something about it? And bro, do you even vape nation, bro? As for the hacker bots, they're not really much of a concern for me because I've not really ran into too many myself. As a community, all we can really do is report them to Valve. We can't really do much else than that, other than if they're in community servers, we can just ban them from the community servers. But as a community, we can't really do much but to just report them. And yeah, bro, obviously, Vape Nation. I am so sorry for that fucking shit H3 impersonation. Why don't you use Zoe as your main mascot if she's your favourite? If you could hang out with one of your vampires for a whole day, which one and what would you do? And how much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? God, that was a tongue twister to say. As for Zoe not being the main mascot, the reason she isn't is because as a Pyro design, I think Flare looks more unique, in my opinion. Not to say that Zoe doesn't look unique, I just think Flare looks nicer as the mascot, and I've been using her since the beginning of the channel, so it would make sense to keep her as the mascot. I might change it to Zoe eventually because, as you said, she's my favourite, so that's definitely not out of the question. If I could hang out with one of my vampires for a day, Zoe, because she's the snake waifu, and what would we do? Anything she wants, I guess. And I see what you did there, NXT reference. What pets do you have? How many Pyro loadouts do you have? And do you own any actual TF2 item in real life? Not here at my house, but at my dad's house, we do have a dog, and we did have 2 rats who have unfortunately passed away. Rats are super good as pets, just saying. Pyro loadouts, I have 26, that's right. There's 8 male Pyro loadouts and 18 female Pyro loadouts. Yes, you can see why I'm the Pyro enthusiast. And as for TF2 item in real life, I have the TF2 fighting song CD, and I have a spy figure, which is pretty cool. I would really like a Pyro figure though. So I don't use the flare gun very often, mainly because I suck with it. So what advice could you give on improving your aim with the flare gun? To be fair, Rise, I suck with the flare gun too. So basically all I can really give advice on is just keep practicing. You can't get worse if you keep practicing, so you'll eventually get better, I guess. That's the only advice I can give you, sorry. How much content do you think TF2 has left if it had no new updates? And how long would you predict it would take for the game to die? I think it would have pretty decent amount of content if we still got the Halloween and Christmas updates every year. But obviously if we didn't, then I don't know, we'd probably be screwed in terms of content. And how long for it to die? I'd give it maybe 10 years. I don't know, the game's been going on for quite a long time, so I don't see it dying anytime soon, even with it turning 13 this year. What are your thoughts on Synthwave? Which game hits you hardest with childhood nostalgia? And I ran out of onion rings, mind sending them into the void? For Synthwave, I don't really have an opinion. I haven't really listened to too much of it to really form an opinion properly, but it's okay, I guess. The game that hits me hardest with nostalgia is actually Soul Reaver, surprisingly enough, because I remember getting that as a gift on the bus one day from a random stranger when me and my dad went uptown, so that one was pretty good, even though this disc he gave us was scratched and we couldn't beat anything past the first level. And sure, I'll give you some onion rings, I guess, if you pay me like money. What's your favorite starter, pseudo-legendary, and mythical Pokemon? Basically my favorite starter is Chimchar, my favorite pseudo-legendary is Garchomp, my favorite legendary is Dialga, and my favorite mythical is Darkrai. Can you see that I like Generation 4 a lot? Because I can't. What do you feel is your greatest strength and weakness when it comes to YouTube? I guess when it comes to script writing, I feel like that's one of my greatest strengths, because once I find a subject that I think is interesting enough to talk about, I can easily write a good script about it and get it recorded quite easily. When it comes to weaknesses though, I feel like once it comes to sort of ad-libbing and thinking on the spot to what to say, like now for example, like I've been doing with every other question, it's sort of hard to do it quite constantly and think of the correct stuff to say. So yeah, with stuff like live commentaries, it's sort of hard to get the right stuff about to talk. You see, I'm struggling now. Yeah, that's my weakness. Will you be able to animate on SFM someday? I sure would like to be able to animate on SFM someday. I'll certainly need to practice first, because as for my 1000 subscriber special and my channel introduction, they're sort of just like static poses, no real animation. They're just describing the sort of emotion they're doing. So yeah, being able to animate on SFM would be a great help for doing skits like that better. Pee pee poo poo or poo poo pee pee? I think I'll go with pee pee poo poo, because it's certainly better than poo poo pee pee. I'm gonna stop saying this now. Where did I leave my wallet? I don't know, why are you asking me? It's not like I have your wallet in my hand right now taking money out so I can buy some Pyro. What's a good question to ask someone for a Q&A? I don't know, yeet or yote? Well, both are viable because yeet is present tense and yote is past tense, so they're both perfectly fine. What's your favourite aspect of TF2, aside from Pyro, of course? Well, I really love the customizability, both in classes and within the classes as well, I should say, because unlike Overwatch, you can really just customize your loadout to fit your needs. Like Pyro, if you want something that isn't a shotgun, you can go with a flare gun, simple as that. And Scout, he has drinks and pistols, and yeah, it's just the customizability for the game is pretty much my favourite aspect of TF2, apart from Pyro, of course. What kind of music is your favourite? I really like rock and techno and electronic sort of music. I suppose certain kind of pop music isn't too bad either, not the shit you listen to on the radio though, because that's just bad. Favourite stand? Well, I'm a filthy anime purist. I haven't really read any of the manga, so I only up to part 5, but the favourite stand I've seen so far is probably Zahandor, because I really just like the design of it and it's just cool. Also, the fact that it can pretty much erase anything within a short range is good too, but you know, it's just cool, okay? Bon, whom's your favourite artist? Also, best waifu? Well, from the top of my head, my favourite artists at the moment are you, I guess, Ink Plasm, and my sister Coops, as much of a cop-out of an answer as that one is. And best waifu? Zoe. I mean, come on, it's Zoe. Can this post be in the video? Nah. Wait. Bon, can you draw? Well, actually, I've started learning drawing recently. I'm certainly not the best at it yet, because I'm still in very early stages of learning how to draw, but yeah, in a way I can, but not very well so far. What is your favourite shotgun in either real life or media? My favourite shotgun would definitely have to go off to the sawed-off shotgun in Postal 2, because I mean, it's stupidly overpowered. What's your opinion on speedrunning? Do you enjoy watching it, or have you ever considered trying it yourself? I absolutely love watching speedrunning, and I think the speedrunning genre in general is really cool. Being able to see what you can do in the game, both to break it and not breaking it, to get the fastest time to beat a game, is super cool and interesting to watch. And have I ever really done it myself? Not really. I guess I've sort of done it when I've been playing the classic Mega Man games, because those are pretty easy to beat once you know what you're doing. So going through those games and beating it as fast as possible is sort of my way of speedrunning. How's your day been? Well, I guess it's been pretty good. Been watching a couple of WWE documentaries, some anime, been searching on Twitter for stuff. It's been okay, I guess. Why didn't you record your gameplay of Pokemon Sword? Well, the simple answer is I don't have any recording software to record Switch gameplay, because I'd love to make some videos on Switch games such as Smash Brothers and Pokemon, definitely. But to be fair, a lot of my Pokemon Sword gameplay was me mystery trading, trying to get my Pokédex full, because I fully completed that the first time I've ever done it in a Pokemon game, but it wouldn't have been that interesting if I'm honest. But at least I made Zoe in the game, so there's that. BonOakley Discord server 9v9 Highlander? Well, I mean, if people in the server want to do it, then sure, maybe sometime in the future. Favourite band? Crush 40. And yes, I know they're a video game band and only do Sonic music, but Sonic music, it just bangs, okay? It's really good. What is your favourite meme, and will you ever play Left 4 Dead 2 on a channel? I guess my favourite meme is that smart thinking meme. I mean, that's what it's called when you Google it, so yeah, that's my favourite meme, I think, because it's just got so many silly possibilities. And for Left 4 Dead 2, yeah, I'd absolutely play Left 4 Dead 2 on a channel. I'm surprised I didn't mention that earlier, to be honest. Will you ever do a face reveal? Maybe one day, because everyone seems to want to do a face reveal anyway, so why not, you know? Actually, you know what? I'm going to set a challenge. If you guys get the non-TF2 videos to 200 views, as well as the next 4 videos that aren't TF2 to 200 views, then I will do a face reveal as my next video once they hit 200 views. So yeah, there's your challenge. Go for it, because I know you won't do it because you don't watch anything but TF2 on this channel. Haha. Do you support the Empire in our actions? Palpatine would like to know. Of course I support the Empire, because Darth Vader is my favourite Sith Lord. So you know what? Yes, I absolutely support the Empire. Any good tips about making a good waifu, or just a good female character in general? I suppose so. Basically, just don't make it all about the looks and actually give them a personality, because while it may be appealing to look at, what other characteristics makes them unique from any other character? Yes, I'm not going to lie, a sexy female character is nice to look at, yeah, but what makes them unique from anything else, you know? So you give them a personality, whether it's a bitchy personality, a nice personality, give them a personality, because it's just boring to have it all about looks. Do you remember vodka? No, I don't think. I don't know what this question's supposed to be. Rate all of the JoJo villains and main Joestars you've seen out of 10. Well, I've only seen up to part 5, but for the Joestars, I'll give Jonathan a 6, Joseph an 8, Jotaro a 9, Josuke a 7, and Giorno an 8.5. And for the main villains, I'll give Dio Brando a 6, Kaz a 6.5, Dio from part 3 a 9, Kira a 10 because he's honestly the best villain, and Diavolo an 8. Hand reveal when? Well, probably never. Next you'll be asking me to reveal my feet, disgusting degenerates. Why are we here on Earth? That's a pretty deep question there. I don't know. If you could have any of the TF2 mercs as a roommate, who would it be and why? I'd probably have to pick Pyro, because they'd be pretty easy to entertain, I suppose, so it wouldn't be too hard to get along with them. And I suppose I'd have to stop them from burning the house down, but to be fair, that's a price I'm willing to pay. Opinion on Apex Legends? I have none. It looks fine, I suppose, but I've never played it. Also, I'm not saying it in the way you typed it, you freaking furry. Got any hope for TF2 returning? What's your favourite fictional gun? And could you send your OCs a copy of the Bible? They need it. I've got pretty high hopes of TF2 returning, because I doubt Valve are done with it, because it's easily one of the top played games on Steam by far. So it's not dead by any means. It's definitely going to return at some point. My favourite fictional gun would be the Mega Buster from Mega Man, because it's just a cool beam that's powered by solar energy, and the fact that it can copy other Robot Master's abilities makes it super cool. And sure, I'll send my OCs a copy of the Bible, the thick Bible that is. Do you want to make a music video using your SFM skills? Well, I don't really have much SFM skills, but if I was to animate like I said with Retro Babe earlier, then maybe. Depends on the music though. And finally, who do you think will win, Mega Man or X? Well, considering X is basically just an upgraded Mega Man, then unfortunately I'd have to go with X, even though I prefer classic Mega Man a whole lot more. And that about does it. Thanks for everyone who asked their questions because, well, this video wouldn't exist without them. And thanks for asking some interesting ones. They were a hoot to answer and I look forward to seeing what you all ask in a potential future Q&A. If you've got any suggestions for more TF2 content and general gaming stuff in the future, post them down below because I'd like to see what suggestions you have. Of course, I have a bunch of ideas that I have already for future videos, but I'd rather not run out of ideas, so if you've got any, please let me know. And as always, this has been your Pyro / Snake Waifu enthusiast BonOakley's signing out. See you guys in the next one.